we're going to be watching this video from Ethan Klein. And I'm not sure what's happening with him, but I guess this is I guess a lot of people are talking about it. Even the quartering is talking about it. So I'm going to check this out.
In my long career on YouTube, I've pretty much seen it all. I've been swatted several times with LAPD helicopters, the street shut down, police with guns drawn doing a perimeter around my house. We've also been visited by the FBI 3 times. They were all to warn us of a credible threat against our lives. One time, most recently,
is it from Hassan viewers?
And said, do not open any packages until you hear from me, as we have credible bomb threats against you that we found online. I thought I'd seen it all.
That's crazy.
This content nuke was going to draw a lot of
That's
negative
crazy.
attention, seeing how extreme Hassan and his fan base are, and his orbiters. But the lengths to which they've gone to harass us and get revenge for going after their god king Hassan has frankly gone beyond any type of point of civility and humanity, to the point where they're calling CPS, Child Protective Services.
Okay, so like when Hassan got banned, right? Me and Gray and a bunch of other people online were basically gleeful that it happened. It's because he deserved it, and then he came back with a vengeance and basically said that people basically want to cancel him. Well, he didn't get canceled. But the thing is, we have a lot of people who are actually like Hassan probably won't do it himself because like he's not. I don't think he's that stupid, but his viewers are. I think his viewers are psychopaths and probably also sociopaths, and they're also schizos. So they would actually it's sort of like a subliminal message. If Hassan says something, God would please somebody rid me of this person that's giving me a problem, and then it's like, all right, I will do anything for you, God King Hassan, right? So they will go out and do shit, right? Oh, my favorite streamer is Hassan, so I'm gonna make sure that if anyone's talking shit about him, I'm going to say something about it. So Hassan is just an example. I'm talking about like anybody that has a big following can potentially generate some kind of cult following where they sort of view them as like some kind of like idol or something like that. And if they say something, they will actually go out and do harm, which is crazy. Absolutely wild.
To come to our house and break up our family. On Friday morning, an agent showed up to our house saying that they had received an anonymous tip that our children were crawling around in dog shit, eating dog shit, and contracting diseases. Not only have
That's
they called
crazy
CPS on us, now they're starting to try to call in a 5150 to get me committed. It's really gone on too far, and at this point, I'm ready to take no prisoners, take the gloves off, and call out everybody who needs to be called out. The thing is, once you target my children, then a line's been crossed that cannot be walked back.
Yeah, like for me, I don't care if you hate Trump. Like I remember back in like 2015, 2016, or maybe it might have been 2016 or 2017. Like during this time, I believe Trump was in office already, or it was right before he got into office. There was a lot of people who were basically hating on him and stuff like that, right? But I believe it was one of his kids or his grandkids. Was it Barron? I don't think it was Barron. I think it might have been like his grandkid. Like one of them was wearing like a Star Wars outfit, and Mark Hamill went after him, right? Went after the kid, which is crazy, right? Like I don't like the kid has that kid alone. Whether it's I'm not talking about his kids that like Trump Jr. I'm not talking about Eric. I'm not talking about Laura or Ivanka. I'm not talking about any of his actual kids. I'm talking about like the people who are kids who are like under 10. They went after him, and then I'm like, bro, like I don't care what you feel or what you think about Donald Trump. Do not go after his kid who is innocent in all of this. Don't do that, bro. And it's funny is because like I have people who are online is like defending Mark Hamill for that, which is wild. Why would you defend Mark Hamill going after like a child? This is crazy. Of course, like since they can't get to him, they're going after his family. right? It's the same thing that happens with Smash JT, right? Even someone like him, that like they would reach out to his wife directly. It's like, did you know your husband is saying this kind of stuff about me? It's like, why do you have to stoop that low? But the thing is that like these people do not care. They will stoop as low as possible. If you think this is, it's like, wow, I can't believe you stooped this low. They can stoop lower than that shit, man. That's fucking crazy.
Once my kids are involved, when people are targeting my children,
Ivanka's kid,
harassing my children, there's no length that I won't go to take care of this. And I think that's something that every parent can relate to. All these people, incidentally, who are promoting this type of insanity are, in fact, childless and will likely remain that way. The CPS agent showed up and he started asking us all kinds of questions like, who feeds the kids? Who takes care of the kids? What do you do to the kids when you get angry? How do the kids sleep? Do the kids have toys?
So the thing is, I know firsthand with CPS, right? So if you guys didn't know, growing up in an Asian family, my dad would beat the shit out of me and my sister, especially me. Beat the shit out of me. Granted, I was an awful child. I was a terrible kid. I broke stuff. I lied. I did a bunch of other stuff. And my dad would like beat the shit out of me when I was a kid. So I remember when I was at school, like there was like a bruise on my face or like my arm or something like that. And then like I basically said, yeah, my dad hit me. So like, and then the teachers called CPS on my dad. And then like my dad had to go to counseling, and then it's like the thing is I know firsthand about CPS is because like, me and my sister, like we've gone through it, especially me. So my dad fucking hated that shit. But yeah, like CPS, if anything has been said, like even though it's not fake, they have to sort of check it out. It's sort of like getting swatted, right? From at least from what I hear, like. Even though you're getting swatted, even though they know that it's bullshit, they still have to check it out just in case it's not.
What happens when you get mad, or what happens when your kids get mad? He walked around the house. He looked in our refrigerator. He walked all around looking for dog shit, apparently. Although when he showed up immediately, he said, wow, this place is clean. Our 3 and 5-year-old boys were at school. Our 8-month-old is upstairs sleeping when he visits. And he says, I need to go upstairs and look at your infant visibly to see him and confirm he's okay. Well, he's napping in his crib. He goes upstairs to look around the house, to snoop around. He investigates Sonny, our youngest, wakes him up from his nap. And even though he woke him up during his nap, he was greeted immediately, actually, by a smile, because Sonny is probably the happiest baby in the entire world. He smiles at everybody. His name is Sonny because he is just a ray of sunshine. He just gave him a big smile. I mean, he's just the sweetest kid in the world. So we went back downstairs to continue the conversation, at which point he said something that both me and Hila had us both saying abso-fucking-lutely not. He said he was going to go to the children's school to interrogate them there.
That's fucking crazy. Right? So here's what happened with CPS for me, right? That was messed up. Did my dad forgive me? Well, he had to. But the thing is, I was like 7. I was like 6 or 7 when it happened. So what happens is that there is like a counselor at school, and in that counselor room, there's like toys, video games, and a bunch of other like cool stuff, right? That a school doesn't usually have. For instance, there was a Super Nintendo in there, and there was Mario Kart, and we were playing Mario Kart. And the counselor asked me, so when did your dad hit you? How many times your dad hit you? And did you see your dad hit your sister? And the thing is that you're playing games. You're like, I was playing games, and you're playing, the toys and stuff like that. So you're not really thinking. Right? You're not really thinking. You're just saying things because an adult's asking you. And then that counselor would then contact CPS and let them know what happened. So that was what happened. We went to CPS, I probably like counseling, like probably 3 times. And the thing is, my dad was fucking furious. He was fucking furious, right? But the thing is, like I didn't contact CPS. It's just like I just told my teacher that my dad, my dad hit me. but they contact the CPS. So one time we're like, oh, we got to go visit this counselor thing. We're like, and then my dad's like, oh, I don't want to go. And I was like, oh, we're like, okay. And like, let's go to Chinatown. So we go to Chinatown, and I shit you not, we bump into the counselor there. We fucking bump into the counselor at Chinatown, which is freaking crazy, bro. Like, actually insane, right? It just like I'm not sure what the reason was. What my dad said why we didn't go, but yeah, man, it was crazy. I think my dad might have said that like, oh, I wasn't feeling good in the morning or something like that, and then like afterwards I felt better, and then we went to Chinatown. I think that was his reason. He told me to tell a counselor, and then I'm like, okay, and he's like, in return, I'll buy you this Transformer doll, like this Transformer toy. I'm like, it's a win-win for me. Sorry, I was a terrible kid, all right? I was a terrible. She was stalking us. Yeah.
We both said, you are absolutely not going to ever go to their school and talk to them. That is fucking insane. We agreed that he'll come back to our house and interview our 3 and 5-year-old children at a time when they're at home, so he doesn't need to humiliate them in front of his peers, his teachers, the staff there, and, you know, needlessly stigmatize them. My young 3 and 5-year-old children, who are sweet and innocent as can be, have not yet been interrogated by a CPS agent, but that is due to happen on Wednesday. He also spoke to our nanny, our housekeeper. He's called the pediatrician that takes care of the kids. He talked to them. Pretty much sifted through every angle of our life having to do with our kids in an extremely violating, insulting, unbelievable way. Just a complete breach of privacy and inhumanity that it's like you can't believe that you, as somebody who has done nothing wrong, has taken care of your kids, to be subject to this forcible investigation because of some fucking freaks online called anonymously to say that our kids are crawling around in shit. The immediate
that's fucking crazy, man.
Who did this, and how am I going to hold them accountable?
Yeah.
It didn't take me long to
did they find
catch
it?
the trail of the obvious suspect, which is the work of a subreddit dedicated to harassing me, my family, my coworkers, and their families too, frankly, known as Snark. H3 Snark is the place that they originated. If you don't know what Snark is, it's this growing phenomenon of communities dedicated...
I would say 100% is probably not 100%. 99.8% is probably a Hassan viewer that's like extremely radicalized. And he was like, oh, this guy made a content nuke about my love and one and only Hassan Papa. I'm going to go out of my way to destroy this person's life. And remember, people will do shit for shits and giggles. People would dox people because they think it's funny. People would swat people because they think it's funny. So that's the reason why you gotta watch out for these kind of people, is because it's because they are extremely ruthless. Did they say stigmatize? Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm retarded, so I might have missed it.
Essentially to destroy someone's life.
I started a Food to Fill Snark subreddit.
Trying to ruin their life.
Shut it down.
It's something that's become quite common on the internet, and something that Reddit, who is the main host of such activities, has completely turned a blind eye to. Take, for example, right here, H3H3_, which is the new Snark page. The top post on this page is from somebody named Bad Empanada, which we'll learn more about.
Man,
it says, Bad Empanada,
that looks like a nice guy.
Banger. Quote, "You're the best parents I've ever seen," said house slave Abdullah Ayad to the Kleins after CPS visited them because their kids contracted parasites from dog feces.
Damn.
The Kleins frequently advocate for genocide of Arabs while Ayad sits obediently in silence. He is a tame domestic animal. This is just literally, anyone of a normal disposition can see plainly how fucking insane this is. It has 400 upvotes after 3 hours. It's a very active sub of absolutely deranged individuals.
I according to what I heard, I think Reddit is sort of getting heavily monitored, is because there are people that are in Hassan's subreddit, which I saw, and it says that someone should go and like, take out Donald Trump. And then the person said, don't you mean in Minecraft? He's like, yeah, maybe I should say in Minecraft. It's like Reddit is probably one of the worst places right now, because if you actually go to r/pics, there's a lot of pictures of like Teslas and like Donald Trump, and there's everyone just basically talking shit, right? And a lot of these people online love call to violence. They love that shit. And the thing is, I believe Reddit started cracking down on acts of violence is because that's not covered under the First Amendment, and anyone who says otherwise is absolutely fucking retarded. So I believe if the person that posts like let's say some kind of like call to violence or act of violence, or even like some violent stuff or violent rhetoric on Reddit, and it gets a lot of traction, a lot of upvotes, I believe Reddit can actually ban your account on they can actually ban your account and the person who posted it and the person who liked it, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy, man.
The problem is that this subreddit, this community, is being legitimized by
your Reddit is just straight up leftist political propaganda. Absolutely.
Such as Mike from PA and all these leftist commentators who think they can get one up on me by sicking and participating and legitimizing
you got banned?
The most crazed
not surprised, man.
On the internet.
I bring this to YouTube because I respect the H3 snark, and I believe that they're being silenced. And I saw on the H3 snark that Ethan had uploaded Instagram stories about Mika's rhetoric that says,
and it's about the H3 snark subreddit. For more than a year now, Ethan has been talking about it and saying how toxic this place is, how they promote harassment, doxing, stalking, and why it should be banned.
Because I believe these snark subreddits on Reddit should be banned. It's literally fostering the most psychopathic. It encourages harassment, doxing, stalking.
It does. Oh. Is that chewed up penis in his mouth?
I guess it's fine as long as it's not the Destiny subreddit.
That's crazy, man. Reddit is getting heavily moderated now, and it's great. People are finally learning what they can and can't say. Yeah. And I believe Reddit like stock dropped like 20% or something like that. It's like a big drop. It dropped more than Tesla, which is Tesla's being crazy right now. But yeah, but that's wild, man.
I think it's time to hold all of them accountable. Here, for example, is Denims, aka Hassan Waiting Room.
When I'm saying being crazy, it's like people actually like burning shit down.
Our house and how we take care of our kids. Let's take a look.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor. Something that is
okay. Now, like extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Like, where is he getting like this evidence? Right? Like, I need to know where is it. Like, or maybe he's basically making shit up, right? Because like the was streamed on Monday, 2 days before the call to CPS. So this was probably like said to like, I don't know who this girl is right over here. Like he's clearly talking to her or she's reacting to it. So, and I'm pretty sure both of them have like radicalized like people that are in their chat. And then they would be like, oh, is that true? Instead of bothering myself and researching online and doing my own research, I'm just going to immediately call CPS on him because they don't like Ethan. When Hassan was on H3, they loved him until the whole October 7th thing, right? And then right then and there, people hate him now. And especially right after he dropped the content nuke on Hassan. So this is absolutely crazy. I wonder, like, he's got to seek damages, man. This is crazy. It's not just him, but it's his kids too, right? Him and his wife, I believe they run, and a bunch of other people run H3, but their kids have nothing to do with it. And if for whatever reason these kids get taken away, or for God forbid something worse happens to them, they will be laughing. That's the shit that fucked up. Extremely fucked up. He's simping to look good? Probably.
probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have a housekeeper anymore. Or perhaps
See, like, look at him. Call CPS, child endangerment much. CPS, social services, bro.
he lost his extra
Bro
housekeeper.
needs
And everyone else is just,
unironically call
covered in
CPS. That's
dog
child
shit. And his
endangerment.
kids-
Like, this guy's fucking like bullshitting.
And his kids like crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid.
Where are you getting this? Like, where are you getting this information?
Just from like
You're making shit
contact
up.
with it with their hands or
Like, you
something.
need actual
But
proof, man.
they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from the dog shit that is all
Is
over
this
his
true?
house.
Dude, how is it that like maybe once a week
Jeez.
I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit. This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting Giardia.
See, dogs getting Giardia is not uncommon, but your kids getting it means you're not cleaning after your dog shit. Motherfucker's family rooting around in the dog shit. Call CPS. Ethan is fighting shadows in his basement. Gila is wearing diapers. Dogs are shitting all over the house. What the hell is going on at the Kleins? See, this is absolutely crazy accusations, bro. Like, like I said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. That you need to give me some crazy ass evidence, man, because you can do this to anyone, right? And this is another reason why I am against red flag laws as well, right? Because, like, let's say if you and your ex had a huge, massive breakup, and then you know that your ex has a lot of guns, you could basically call the cops and say that, hey, I just got, I just broke up with my boyfriend, and I think he's an danger to himself and the people around him. And red flag laws allows cops to basically go to your house and take all your guns away, right? And that's red flag laws. But this is sort of like this is not the same, right? Because if it was like a red flag child laws, like if anybody calls CPS, you could immediately take away your shit, right? Take away your kids, or take away your whatever positions you have, if you're a guardian or whatever. But this is crazy. You need actual crazy proof, man.
Mondays. Now we have shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. There are lots of things that you can get as an adult.
Jeez.
You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay. No problem. A child, a small infant that has no immune system, shouldn't be catching anything.
Now, at this point, as
that's
he
crazy,
continues,
man.
Notice the chat is almost in complete universal agreement. Call CPS. Call child endangerment. CPS, social services. Bro needs to unironically call CPS. That's child endangerment. Okay, if his kids have Giardia, they need to be taken away. Actual worst father ever, etc., etc. I'll let the chat play for you, but you can see just how crazed this community is. And once again, this is Denham's chat from the 1st. The call came on the 3rd.
Yeah, I think it might be her. I think whoever Denims is, and pretty this guy, that empanada guy is the guy with the beard. If it's her, it sounds like something that her chat will do. If it's not her, it's her chat. Like, it sounds like that's the culprit. I'm not sure. Like, we're just only 10 minutes in.
No wonder his house is covered in dog shit, and his neglected children raised by nannies have contracted parasites previously unknown to science from the feces. I wonder why he skipped over all of this, because everything that he said...
Where's the proof?
That I said in this
Where are
story,
I need
which, by the
pictures,
way, was
man.
apparently compiled by his crew.
No wonder this motherfucker is always sick. Yeah, it all makes sense now.
By the way, these people can't keep their talking points straight. On one hand, it's we don't raise our kids and our house is just run by nannies and housekeepers. But on the other hand, we also keep our house so dirty that there's dog shit everywhere. I mean, what are the housekeepers and nannies doing?
It all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening?
How does that relate? What? Like seriously, I think some of the people that are in like in the Twitch chats, like especially in there, so their minds are fucking cooked.
How is it happening? How is this happening?
I have a 10-month-old, a
fucking
5-year-old,
cringe, man,
and a 3-year-old who are in school. Of course, I'm sick all the time. Once again, these childless people pretend that this is uncommon.
Yeah, they don't know what it is to have a kids. Absolutely not.
Who's being honest? The thing is, these people are knowingly lying. They know that they're lying. It makes no sense what they're saying, but they do it anyway because, as you can see in the chat, and Denims endorses this clearly, as you can see, she's not moderating this at all, and it's pretty much 100% of the comments saying call CPS on them. Their kids should be taken away. That she believes that it's justified to break up our family. This disgusting fucking human being who's endorsed by Hassan and the entire left community on Twitch, who is protected and elevated by Twitch, is on her platform right now advocating for our children to be forcibly removed from us by Child Protective Services.
Here's how you can get rid of all of these leftards. I won't say get rid of them off of Twitch platform, but what I'm trying to say is this is how you can sort of like crack down on it, right? You need to send an example, a strong example, like a fucking like 1 month ban or some shit like that, 1 month suspension or whatever, or legitimately just ban someone. Is to get rid of Dan Clancy. You for sure need to get rid of Dan Clancy. Here's what needs to happen. Basically, Elon Musk needs to see this video or something along the line of this video, right? Like he's talked to Quartering before. I believe the Quartering did actually talk about this issue, or I believe I did also see his comments down in this down in the comments below in this video. Quartering has access to a lot of people, and then he can somehow Elon Musk sees this and sees this shit happening and stuff like that, and somehow because Elon Musk knows Trump, who was also at the inauguration, the other two billionaires over there, which is Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, right? Jeff Bezos does not care about this kind of shit, right? So it's like, hey, Jeff, did you know that, Twitch is actually having a bunch of these like leftists, like extremists on the platform? And he's like, really? Like, yeah, I this is the first time I'm hearing about it. It's like, yeah, this is actually crazy because they call for like death threats and stuff like that. And, they actually called for a sitting senator to be, killed, but it was hyperbolic. So it was okay. And he was only banned for a day and 3 minutes. He's like, I'll look into that. And then he actually Jeff Bezos tell his people to look into it. And basically, Dan Clancy basically becomes more strict, or Dan Clancy gets let go. And I think Dan Clancy getting let go is probably the best for Twitch, right? There's a reason why Twitch has evolved into what it is now, is because Dan Clancy himself is also a leftist. He's like BFFs fucking touching tips with Hassan and all of these other people, which is crazy.
Denims is such an evil person. She is not responsible enough to have a platform. She should not be allowed to broadcast videos ever again. Now you might wonder what
if Denims is like mildly attractive, right? She shows her cleavage on stream and stuff like that. Now, if Denims was a fat, ugly, terrible, fat, like girl that nobody actually cares about, it doesn't matter what her takes. And here's the thing. People are like, but Frogan has a platform. But Frogan is fat and ugly. But, sometimes, like I just feel like it's just, birds of a feather. Right? Birds of a feather fuck together. And I think Dan Clancy is fucking Hassan.
What is it they're referring to? On the podcast, I was telling a story about we adopted a new dog about a month ago.
Other way around. Hassan's fucking Dan Clancy.
Diarrhea, which ended up being a extremely common stomach parasite that causes diarrhea. It's extremely common and it's very easy to address. In fact, Ducky, our Yorkie, when we got him as a puppy, also had Giardia, and we treated him the same way. Let's see what I said about it. Olive has Giardia, which is it's a bacterial infection in the.
Oh, so that's where they came up with that. I bet you one of them was like, "What is Giardia?" And then they basically hate watched Ethan Klein's video, and basically used that and like, okay, let's run with the Giardia story, saying that like their kids got it, right? Because this is all bullshit.
The intestines that makes you have diarrhea.
And Olive has this?
Olive has this, yeah. She came to us with it.
Okay.
She had diarrhea, and
oh, poor baby.
Ducky came to us with that too. So she has Giardia, so we have her on an antibiotic, but we had to wait until
that's a big mic he's holding. Is a really big dick mic.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia. Again, any reasonable person or
that's a
parent
robot penis.
having a 10-month-old that is just learning to crawl is crawling around everywhere, putting everything in his mouth. I mean, these kids will literally just lick the floor, put anything in the world in their mouth, and that's completely normal. That's what having a toddler is like.
Yep.
Olive is a black Labrador. She sheds a lot. She's inside. She's outside. She's very clean. But the point I'm making, again, which all reasonable people understand, is that Giardia can actually be spread just from a surface. So if her bum ends up on the floor, or she sheds
that might's expensive, man. I checked how much it costs. It's like $300.
Sat on a toy, you know, it could be a number of
I think Gary had it.
If Sonny's crawling around putting everything in his mouth, it seems like
I think Gary had it, Ryan had it, and even Jeremy had it one time.
Maybe he got Giardia from Olive, which is actually commonplace to happen, and despite what
there's a
Ben
black
says,
version. I like the black version.
Certain death. It's actually completely normal to happen, and it's very easy to treat. Now, spoiler alert, it actually turns out when we got all of the poop tests back that
negative.
he never had Giardia even.
Ooh, there it
which
is.
I announced on the show, which they conveniently forget. So the only person that ever even had Giardia was Olive. So Sonny was having diarrhea essentially, and that was and that's why they called CPS, because my 10-month-old baby who's just starting to eat solid food had diarrhea. That's why these people think it's justified to send an agent of one of the most overworked, underfunded, underappreciated community service workers.
Are the black ones bigger? Yeah, I heard about like 20%.
Their time because my son had a diarrhea. When in the city of Los Angeles, there are kids and families that absolutely need help from people like this. And
well, yeah, like if you guys, for people in the chat who don't have kids, yeah, getting diarrhea for kids is not like it's not like it's rare. It happens. When it happens in a kid, like of course it's usually like they ate something wrong, they're changing the diet, right? For instance, my son, like I don't think he's ever had that, but like whenever you change up their food, like they're like if you're not giving them enough water, like they could be like extremely constipated and stuff like that. Like it happens a lot. So like, oh, and then it's like, oh, there it is. This cost CPS on Phil because he didn't give his son enough water. You know, get him out. We hate this Asian guy. Yeah, it's like, bro, I just said something and then you guys fucking. It's like these people would actually take a tiny clip and fucking go, like they fucking run with that shit, man. It's crazy.
And this guy's wasting his fucking time coming to my house and doing an investigation on my kids because my 10-month-old baby had diarrhea. By the way, Bad Empanada was recently banned for 7 days for playing a video game in which you roleplay as Hamas on October 7th, and he went to a military compound in that game and said he was, quote, looking for secretaries to kill.
If that's not glorifying terrorists, I don't know what is. That's crazy.
He was looking for Ela, who was a secretary in the IDF, to murder her in a game where you play Hamas. This is the type of person that is being elevated.
I'd like to pay tribute to Ethan Klein and the new Twitch TOS that declares Zionism. Zion is a slur. I'd like to pay tribute to him by playing the first in Al-Aqsa video game where you kill Zionist soldiers as a Palestinian resistance fighter.
What the hell? Yo, what's going on, Mrs. Rough Night? Hope you're doing well. This is actually wild, man.
Anyways, are these Israelis? Are just standing there? I mean, is the Israeli army a bunch of Ethan Kleins? Like,
oh my god,
they're
dude!
All on a fucking Ozempic binge. They don't understand what's going on around them. They haven't noticed me. How do I win? What's my objective? I don't actually know. Where do they keep the secretaries? In here?
It's crazy that like Twitch allowed it up. Wow, like if the Twitch was because in order for you to get banned on Twitch, like they actually need to manually ban you. They need to manually ban you, right? It's like a manual. It's like an automatic thing. It's not like automatically they detect your shit and all of a sudden they like flag your stuff as a not appropriate or whatever. But these are the type of people that are basically making Twitch advertisers be like, bro, what the hell are you doing, man? No, we can't advertise on Twitch because of people like him. We can't do that. But Dan Clancy is like, but he my friend though. But we friends and shit.
I'm hunting for secretaries right now.
That's crazy. Right, since they banned the word Zionist, you can't say that anymore.
On behalf of
probably
Ethan
using
Klein,
IDF as another one.
Give this game my seal of approval.
Here's Bad Empanada once again.
Jeez.
Who posted a story saying, I'm the one who called CPS on Ethan Klein. I want CPS to take his kids away because
it's him.
they are seriously in danger. This is
once him.
Again, Bad Empanada, who's being elevated by Hassan, Matt.
See, like, okay. What's it called again? Swatting is illegal, right? Like the person that calls in and says that, you know, put out a fake claim about someone, you know, with a firearm or someone with a knife or something like that, and then you get swatted, that's actually like a pretty serious crime. I think something like this should be almost as serious because this is pretty fucking bad.
Matt Lieb,
yeah, we
Denim,
friends and shit.
And tons of creators, leftist creators, all over.
This game actually got banned in the UK for terror reasons.
Please welcome Bad Empanada.
Bad Empanada's been going crazy at Ethan on the second channel. Well, yeah, because Ethan Klein is too afraid to talk to Bad Empanada or talk about Bad Empanada or watch any of his videos. So fucking milk that guy, dude. Hell yeah, Bad Empanada, go in.
Can we just
Jesus?
This dude, Bad Empanada. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's like actually psychotic and.
Like I think that I think a Bad Empanada is an actual a simp, a tier 3 simp. And the thing is that like at the end of the day he thinks that he's gonna have sex with Denims. I'm not sure if they already did, but the thing is that like most likely it's probably not gonna happen, but he's doing this to get simp points. Like I guarantee you Bad Empanada doesn't actually really care about anything that's happening. He's doing all this shit for clout and doing all this shit so he can get laid, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
He's been making a lot of hate videos about me and calling
defamation. Yeah, you should be able to sue him for that shit.
Dude, every time Ethan Klein brings up Bad Empanada, I like him a little bit more. That's the truth.
See?
I didn't really have strong opinions on him.
See?
And every time he brings him up, I'm like,
there it is.
Stop making him sound base, man. Come on.
Based?
Bad Empanada has put out a video about H3H3.
Okay, so that's my
that we're gonna watch whenever Bad
Dick
Empanada,
from PA, I think that's his name.
Attacks H3H3. H3H3 has like a mental breakdown, and every time I watch this, it causes them to have even more of a mental breakdown.
On this Turk versus moron, he made a fucking Willie Mac show. Slob YouTuber Willie Mac show made a video covering the Gaza genocide because he noticed that putting Hassan's name in the title gets him more views than usual. It went about as well as you'd expect. Oh, dude. Okay. Critical support the Bad Empanada has got.
See, there it is. See, they fucking circle jerking and glazing each other's asshole, getting it to get rammed. This is fucking crazy, man. Absolutely wild. It's like, for me, like, we're on YouTube, so there's a lot of things I can't say. I gotta be nice.
Gone up by wide margins now, okay? Oh, this is on the Bad Empanada live channel. He didn't put this on the normal channel. Oh, my Lord.
Damn.
Oh, dude. Bad Empanada went from bad to good Empanada. Bad Empanada went from Bad Empanada to based Empanada.
See? I told you.
Trust me, I would pursue legal action
sucking
against
each other's
Bad
off.
Empanada, whose MO is essentially defamation.
Do it.
He actually fled to Argentina like his Nazi predecessors.
What a pussy!
And, unfortunately, it is very difficult to get to and sue people in Argentina. So enjoy the community of Nazi refugees. You will fit right in there, my friend. But don't worry, guys. Denim says, even if this did happen, it's nothing to worry about because children actually don't remember anything. Isn't that fucking awesome? Look at this. It might be the dumbest, most pathetic thing.
So, if you guys don't know, kids don't usually start remembering things until they are 3. So his kids is a 3-year-old, right? He has a 3-year-old. So like his other 2 kids will. Well, he said he has 3 kids, right? A 5 and a 3 and I forgot whatever, like 7, 5, and 3 or whatever. His kids are going to remember it, 100%. It will be traumatic for the kids. This is crazy.
I've ever heard in my life. Here's denims on the floor. And then the part that, in my opinion, crossed the line was like, so I'm going to visit your kids at school and ask them questions. And I says, you're not fucking doing that.
No,
I mean, we both were like, that's not happening. You're not going.
Terrifying.
You are not doing that. So he agreed to come visit our house
next week
when the kids are at home because he needs to fucking interview our kids as a matter of procedure.
But I was like, I really don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit.
Yep,
So
but they will remember that shit. They will remember it.
Create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old.
Yes, you are. According to fucking scientific research from me being a dad, the kids start remembering things at 3 years old. The furthest that I can go back is probably 4. But 3 years old, yes, you're already forming memories already. She's fucking retarded. A quick Google search will save you from retardation. Phil, she is good looking. I told you. If she wasn't good looking and her cleavage was not showing, no one would fucking care. Unless Hassan glazes her asshole, which most likely they're already doing.
And it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
I slipped in the bathroom, banged my head when I was 2. I remember that. Exactly.
Nah, yes, you are. No, you're not. When we're talking about being able
she's
to
so
remember,
stupid.
being
Holy
able
shit.
to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15.
No.
Maybe 1 or 2 memories.
No. I have a shit ton of memories when I was 3. And after that, like I remember, so I think my furthest one is from 4, but I can remember bits and pieces from 3. And the thing is that if it's traumatic, you will remember that for the rest of your life.
Talking to a random stranger once isn't really memorable for
Is Ethan filing charges? Not against Empanada because he moved to Argentina like a pussy.
Cohorts, the average age of adults' earliest memories is 3.5 years
Oh,
old.
there it is. See? A quick Google search saved your dumbass. How stupid does she look now? What a stupid bitch. Go on, Rough Night.
You're not really forming memories at 3.
You literally just read out of your mouth that the average adult starts forming memories at 3. What is happening? What universe do we exist in where this is a popular creator? One more time, guys, because it's absolutely fucking unreal. One more time, guys.
She's so stupid. She
literally
literally just reads it right now.
Age of adults' earliest memories.
And she's
is
like,
3.5
nah,
years
ain't
old.
gonna happen. I don't care what the data says. I don't care what empirical
You're
finding
not really
says.
forming memories at
What?
3.
Oh my God. People like her reminds me why I really want to repeal the 19th. Isn't it crazy that she has the same voting rights that you guys do, chat? Isn't it crazy? She has the same rights as you do. That's wild.
And it's pretty rare to be forming memories or like memories that you will keep like at 5.
How exactly am I supposed to get through to a person and convince her wrong when she's literally disproving herself on her own stream and then ignoring what just came out of her mouth 5 seconds earlier?
Yep.
Her defense for sending the CPS to break up our family and to interrogate our 3 and 5-year-old is that don't worry, kids don't remember stuff, which just also, besides being pathetically, sociopathically insane not to care about the well-being of kids, just demonstrably false. Everybody knows that the most formative years of a child's life is around that age of 4, 5, 6, 7, when kids really take in their environment and develop who they become as people. Pretending as if interrogating my 3 and 5-year-old sons couldn't possibly cause any damage because they can't remember is the most insane, monstrous thing I could even imagine somebody to say about this. And it's just beyond being insanely dumb. It's just callous, pathetic, and, well, really speaks for itself. It's the dumbest thing I think I have ever heard. Now, moving to Reddit, this whole
there it is.
Theme of
Here we go.
needing to call CPS on my kids is something that takes place on Reddit, originally from a subreddit called H3 Snark. On this subreddit, they have doxed us, harassed our employees, our Teddy Fresh employees who are not even related to the show, gone after crew members' parents, my parents, basically in every conceivable way that you
These people are relentless, chat.
Done it. Actually, the subreddit was closed indeed. However, not by Reddit. According to Reddit, this subreddit is still fully open and operational and is committing breaking no rules. What actually happened is that somebody within their community started informing on them, and we have these screenshots, which I have not shown before, but I'll show them to you now. Here, one of the mods is talking about a person named Sturgeon, which is also a co-mod. And here they say, Adi explained to me that Sturgeon had made a fake post, the quote Ramadan post, and had become more and more unhinged. Here the mods are talking about another fellow moderator of theirs and actively covering up the fact that their mod faked a post on the H3 Snark subreddit. What happened was this story got picked up that we were banning people wishing a happy Ramadan. We were removing the posts and banning them. And this whole narrative of me being Islamophobic started to form on their subreddit and getting picked up by shit tier content creators who don't give a fuck about anything. And we look through our mod mail.
Like, if you're gonna go online and say shit about someone that's also online, you have to bring receipts. Like, you legit have to bring receipts. Like, you need like a person who's like insanely autistic that can like dig deep and find crazy shit. Like Madam Savvy. You need like a person like Madam Savvy to be on your side in order for you to dig shit up from like a long time ago. Right? Does he have Tourette's? I believe he does.
We searched through it to see, well, this post, was it ever made? Because that's certainly not something we would ever do. And sure enough, there's zero record of it. It was completely fabricated. And when we said that it was completely fabricated, surprise, surprise, the person who posted it erased their account and erased the thread and completely disappeared. Yet the rumor continued to persist on their subreddit. It was never moderated. In fact, it was completely covered up by the mod team of H3 Snark. Here
it's funny because you can actually say something like, you go into the subreddit of Dragon Age, the Veilguard, or Avowed, and you say, why do I have to play as an LGBTQ player? Or, hey, what's going on with a person like Asmongold or something like that? And then you immediately get banned is because they don't like you talking about that kind of stuff, right? So, like, Reddit moderators are fucking insane, man. Like, they're the worst people.
They are. Here's the mods doxing our office. Yes, this is actually
damn, what the hell?
Hi, I know you're on break, so I'll just drop this info here in case you need it in the future. We found the H3 studio and Teddy Fresh actual address. On the right is H3, on the left is TF. Studio listing, here's the link. It's identical to the H3. Here's their address. This is fucking insane. These are the moderators. This isn't even like the community members. These are the people running the fucking subreddit. These people are
absolutely crazy, man.
Us and employees in danger by sharing this address with each other with malicious intent.
These are the same type of people that would completely that one crazy person that actually got called into like Congress or some shit like that. Forgot her name, but this fat ugly bitch that but basically posting crazy like online rhetoric and false stuff on Twitter. and she basically found all of the Doge employees' emails and basically leaked them on X, and then she privated her account, and you can still find it on Blue Sky. Same people.
So once I started discussing that we had an informant in their ranks that was sending me this kinds of stuff, surprise, surprise, the moderators deleted their accounts and voluntarily closed the subreddit. Fascinating. Yeah. After H3 Snark closed down, all the users migrated to another subreddit,
Hassan.
H3H3_
Okay, never mind.
And if you can believe it, the H3H3_ production subreddit is actually even more insane because there's no active moderators. I encourage you guys just to hop on over to H3H3_
No moderators. 55,000 members? Jeez.
Read the comments, look through the posts. You're not going to believe what you see there. And if you want to take a walk through memory lane, go over to H3 Snark 2 and see what the posts that are left up there, and enjoy. Just to give you an idea about the CPS thing, here's an excerpt from the new Snark page, an exchange of great minds. All I know is that the more he's fucked with, the less he pushes Israeli propaganda. Therefore,
terrorism. This is known as terrorism. Do I mean Taylor Lorenz? No. Like Alexandria something like that.
I can only
Starts with an A.
that it is a good thing and that it must continue. The ethics of it mean absolutely nothing to me. A response, you summarized it pretty much. Now, this is all taking place on Reddit. Active brigading harassment to the actual point of trying to break up our family and call CPS. Has Reddit done anything? Despite us complaining.
Doesn't like Serena, or I think it's like Serena Williams' husband owns Reddit or something like that? Wasn't I believe so, right? It's like, I know it's like it's either Venus or Serena Williams' husband. They own Reddit.
Making noise.
I'm sure if that's still true.
Past 2 years about this Snark community, worse. I believe, and I will show you why, that Reddit is colluding with, protecting with the moderators of this Snark community. I believe that there's admins that work inside of Reddit that are members of this community.
Shut it down.
Actively protecting it.
Shut down Reddit.
I'll show you my evidence. The first thing is that Ela works with a management company who has a connection to Reddit community managers. We first went through them, an official channel, to say, hey, this Snark is out of control. They're harassing us all. They're definitely violating your site rules. Can you look into it? A day later, guess what? The Snark page was permanently closed. Hooray, we said. That was awesome. All we needed was one person to take a look at it, and obviously it wasn't compliant with the rules. Well, 3 days later, the Snark page was reinstated fully, and they made this post to celebrate. H3 mod announcement. We're back after a much needed break. We are just a group of volunteers and we appreciate your patience. Our relationship with Reddit is currently better than ever, and we're in good communication with the admins. Now that to me stood out quite tremendously, considering that our
so they're basically in cahoots together, making sure that like whatever bullshit message, like I use Reddit from time to time. I go onto Reddit. I go at like CA Guns, like to check out all the gun stuff that people are posting up. I go to I check out Asmongold's subreddit, and then I check out like other stuff. Not too much, right? But the thing is, the homepage, like once you log in, before you go to your subreddits, like there's like the ones that you follow, and then the other ones that like they're recommending you to follow. And all the ones they recommend you to follow, if not all of them, well, at least for me, are like anti-Republican, anti-Trump, and anti-Elon, which is fucking crazy.
Subreddit with 600,000 users. The second
other stuff? No, I'm not. No.
On the entire site behind Joe Rogan.
You know what I'm talking about? I never said that.
With admins, they have never reached out to us. So why is it that the admins are in constant contact with this small niche subreddit dedicated to harassing people, but we, one of the biggest subreddits on the website, have not heard a single word from them ever? When someone created a Snark page dedicated to Hassan Piker, it was immediately deleted for harassment. Take a look. The subreddit.
Wow. Wow. Man. You can't say anything about Hassan. You can't say anything about him. Shit. Can't say anything about them. Here's what I want, and this is what they should do. Right now is one of the all-time low in recent times for Reddit. Right now, their stock has been plummeting. It's been going, I believe it's like earlier today has been below 20%. Elon Musk needs to buy it and shut it down. That's it. Buy it, shut it down.
Due to a violation of Reddit's content policy against harassing content. So it's harassing when it happens to Hassan Piker, but it's okay, great behavior when it happens to Ethan Klein. What's with the double standard? What about Trisha? Trishyland was a huge snark subreddit. It was super active, and these people were, you know, really nasty. Trishyland was also banned. The reason given is this subreddit has been banned for excessive copyright removals. Now that's specifically interesting and extremely suspect, considering we've performed dozens of copyright strikes on the Snark subreddit. We have removed dozens of posts. All the posts we removed had zero commentary or specifically stated that their intention was to steal and siphon views from our property. Besides being granted dozens of DMCA takedowns, Reddit has actually had the nerve to serve us counter notifications on these, or to downright reject dozens and dozens of legitimate DMCA requests outright.
How's that fair?
How the fuck does Trisha get her subreddit removed for copyright infringement? Meanwhile, when I try to do DMCA takedowns on the subreddit, they literally get denied by Reddit. It's my opinion that the stated reason of repeated copyright infringement is a total cover-up. Listen to Trisha in her own words describe how she got her snark permanently banned from Reddit.
It's like one of the downsides about being online, I'm sure, and then when you become a mom, I'm curious about how you're seeing and feeling about, if you don't mind. Yeah. You don't have to answer this, but like it's one thing for you to like insult me or like the work I've done or me leaning into nostalgia, but it's another thing that if you bring my kids into it, like I'm gonna throw hands.
Yeah.
And
it's
I'm gonna
different thing.
find your profile. I'm not just gonna block it.
Oh yeah. Dude, I found them. I did a whole documentary on Reddit. I had a horrible snark Reddit that was like posting pictures of her doctor, like all this stuff like that, like just making fun of her, like showing where her future schools would be.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. So I did a whole documentary. I had a whole crew come out. It was like a month process, and I did this whole documentary.
Remember, folks, these are the people that will literally go to your school or go to, like, these people are literally terrorists, chat. They are absolute terrorists.
I like hired private
They
investigators.
don't
like
care.
A troll hunter.
Yeah,
like,
1,000%. 1,000%. And ultimately, I don't even know if it'll come out because it worked now. All my snark Reddits are taken down. The minute one is created, it gets taken down within 20 minutes.
They're like, yeah, we don't fuck with Trisha.
Yeah, I don't know. I called Reddit. I went on this like website to get everybody who worked at like Reddit. I like said, this is.
I've done all of that and more over a longer period of time, 2 years, with escalating levels of harassment. Why was it that Trisha and Hassan's were taken down, but mine remains up? Why did Reddit list the reason as copyright infringement?
Maybe they don't like Jewish people.
Harassment, as explained by Trisha. By the way, the DMCAs are written by my attorney. It's not even some like ragtag bullshit where I do it myself. My attorney writes it out, well-reasoned, well-sourced, and Reddit ignores it. How is that possible? This is one of my favorite examples. We made a subreddit called Snark to make fun of snark subreddits.
Snarky snarks, okay?
And the community was actually starting to pick up steam and become pretty active. Well, it was removed. Why was it removed? For harassment.
That's stupid, man. That's so dumb.
Better. A few days later, maybe a week later, it's back open. And the moderator now that owns the subreddit is a user named Shredder Cheese, which is a mod for H3 Snark. Shredder Cheese is a reference to a story they love to tell about how I killed my beloved dog Shredder by feeding him cheese. The mod for H3 Snark named Shredder Cheese is now the owner of Snark.
Reddit is a fucking shit show, man. Holy crap. Like I'm not heavily into like Reddit. Like I had an account for probably like about 10 years now, but like I rarely use it. You know, they do have a lot of good porn though. They absolutely do.
How, Elas? I would also like to know how the fuck is that possible? What the fuck is going on? Of all the harassing posts on the new Snark, the reports are being denied. Now, let me show you an example of one of the
How can
posts,
dog
just
die
one
from
of
cheese?
many, that Reddit
I know
refused
they're
to
lactose
remove.
intolerant.
The title is,
Give them
I'm calling
chocolate, grapes, or
CPS on
onions. It
Ethan
fucking kills
again.
them.
It says this time because his kids are around Zionists, which is a high predictor for baby murder. This is a post that is still up on this subreddit that was reported, and Reddit admins reviewed this and said, no, this is compliant. In closing, let's take a look at Reddit's #1 rule for using.
I wonder if this is before or after the new Reddit change. Probably before, right?
Belonging, not for attacking marginalized or vulnerable groups of people. Everyone has a right to use Reddit free of harassment, bullying, and threats of violence. Communities and users that incite violence or promote hate based on identity or vulnerability will be banned.
Why then why is it still up? Why is it still up then? I'm calling CPS on Ethan again. This time because his kids are around Zionists, which is a high predictor for baby. Oh wow. These are fucking, oh my god, dude.
This post does not violate rule #1 according to people that work at Reddit and have reviewed it manually. At first, I thought I was crazy. I was like, there's no way Reddit is actually colluding to protect them. But after 2 years passed and the shit just keeps piling up.
Yeah, like chocolates, they need to eat a lot of it.
Other conclusion that could
but in terms of like poisonous is grapes, raisins, and onions.
Twitch has been ideologically captured, and the people in that company are using their terms of service selectively as a form of activism. They come down hard against people that they disagree with politically, and they ignore, protect, elevate the people that they do agree with politically. Something happened recently that's going to blow your mind. I started running reruns of Content Nuke on my Twitch channel.
We talked about
as
this.
a form of protest, being petty, honestly, and just wanting people on Twitch to
got
see
banned
the video
for
I made.
30
Well, wouldn't
days.
you know it? If on the same day we launched it, our stream was closed for 30 days, we got a suspension for 30 days. That's pretty severe. What is it that we did wrong?
And then it got reinstated like less than a day later.
Extreme violence.
Now here's the thing. This is not like Hassan or anything like or anybody. This is Twitch's fault, and it makes Hassan look bad. Right? It's because Twitch needed to sort of reinstate them is because it's making their golden boy look bad, and they don't want that.
So to get this straight, my video showing Hassan supporting terrorism
Go, Rapnet. How's it going, man?
got me a 30-day ban.
Calvatino, what's going on? BRJ?
Hassan's footage
Nini?
of him doing it on their platform and actually encouraging terrorism, no punishment. How the fuck can you be this blatantly, pathetically obvious? They don't care. Nothing's changing. They don't care. They're spitting in our fucking face. They're flaunting it. They don't give a fuck. I got banned for 30 days for showing his content that he wasn't punished for. Make it make sense. And, you know, people go, oh, it was automated. It was probably a mistake.
No,
Well,
it's not.
fair enough,
No, it's
right?
not.
And that's why I appealed it. And within a few hours, I got the answer on the appeal. Your account was recently suspended for encouraging or glorifying extreme violence. And a member of our team has reviewed your appeal. And after taking a look into the details of your case, we have determined that your account will remain suspended due to your violation of our community guidelines.
Jeez.
I have never been so black-pilled in my life. I feel like I am trapped and that the world has gone fucking insane. This shit is bananas. What is happening? And I feel that I'm getting the same treatment now from Reddit. Now, I know they're both San Francisco-based tech companies, but did you know that these two companies in San Francisco their headquarters are blocks away from each other?
Wow.
It's just interesting. It's just interesting.
Well, here's the thing. That's not like, it's normal for these big companies, tech companies, to be around one another. For instance, the company that I used to work for, it's like right across the street from with DreamWorks, and then if you guys don't know, Disney and like Disney Interactive, Disney Imagineering, Marvel, and DreamWorks are literally on the same block. The company that I used to work for, Google, YouTube, Yahoo, Sony Santa Monica, EA. They're all in the same area. They're within like a couple blocks of one another. So it's not like that different. And same thing with when it comes to like actual like studios. So the thing is, Ethan Klein should know this since he's in LA. I believe he's in LA. like he should know this. And same thing with like Hollywood studios, right? Like Universal, it's like maybe like a 5-minute drive to Warner Brothers, and then Warner Brothers is 5-minute drives to Disney and ABC, and they're all really close to one another. ILM is up north.
Culture happening in this tech space. I think that these
Imagineers don't exist anymore. Tell that to my friend. He's still at Imagineering.
You got to fit in. If you're going to work at one of these tech companies, you got to fall in line. You know what I mean? You got to be one of the good guys. Actually, I found out that our stream got suspended for 30 days live on the podcast.
Because it's your account. Oh, your account is currently suspended. To view more information about your enforcement, file an appeal. Okay.
Oh my God! It got banned for encouraging or glorifying extreme violence.
Whoa.
That's fucking
wow.
That's Hassan's content that's on your platform.
Yep.
He didn't get in
trouble. Yeah, we saw this one.
Holy fuck.
How long is the ban?
Well, it should be only a day ban, right? In theory.
Wow.
In theory, it should be no ban because it's his content.
Guys, I got a 30-day ban.
30 days?
30-day, and I didn't even say 30-day ban. I mean,
that's fair.
Do this just for this.
That's 100% fair. Because Twitch is a fair company, chat.
That's a manual ban too.
Fair and
After our appeal
balanced.
was denied, the story started to go viral for its blatant, obvious, laughably absurd hypocrisy. At which point they panicked and unbanned our stream with an apology. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We made the wrong decision.
Of course you did.
Somebody made the wrong decision manually twice. You want to fucking explain that shit? So here we are, where it's acceptable to call child protective services on people.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why, if nobody reacted to it, like if Asmongold or if like no other streamer, like XQC or anybody reacted to it, no one saw it, it would still be banned. The reason why they unbanned you was because these other content creators also thought it was fucking crazy and ridiculous that you got banned for showing crazy things that Hassan has been doing.
As an act of political protest on a website, Reddit, in which they do not
Twitch is worse than Reddit? Yes, it is.
Protect it, they enable it. I have a meeting with CPS on Wednesday where they're going to talk to my fucking children. Twitch is banning us for showing Hassan promoting terrorism. Ban me for 30 days, no punishment for him. What the fuck is going on? As I prepare to meet CPS agents to talk to our children, I wonder, at what point has this gone too far? And how much worse can it get before something is done about it?
The thing is, I think it's unfortunately going to get worse, is because it's working. Like whether or not when I say it's working in Hassan or people who are anti Ethan Klein, right? They're seeing this. He's getting mad. He's getting affected by this. He's losing sleep over it. So according to these people who are doing it, like Denims or these other crazy people online who are trying to ruin people's lives, they're considering this a win. Is because it's actually causing you pain and causing you suffering, and you're not sleeping over it. You're not getting sleep. So they are actually legitimately happy, which is fucking insane, man. These people are wild. If you actually go look at it right over here, it has 4,000 dislikes and 42,000 likes. Right over here, Joey Salad. Let me do a prank on these stalkers. They will never do it again. Yeah, I've seen some Joey Salad stuff. It's actually freaking crazy, man. This is right here from the quartering. This is so messed up that it has forced me to defend you, Ethan. It's that bad. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, man, there's a video. I'm gonna share it with you guys right over here. There's a video. But yeah, like I said, I don't agree with a lot of things or even everything that Ethan Klein has ever said. But the thing is, these terrorists are known to cross the line, and if they can get away with it, they will. Like what's it called again? I believe it was the quartering, and Tim Pool has been like swatted by the same person over and over again. I believe they actually did get caught, but still, man, this is absolutely crazy. Freaking insane.